So you've probably seen a video or two in your feed about NotebookLM's big update. It builds editable files now, decks, PDFs, Excel sheets, and actually analyzes your data instead of just summarizing it. It truly feels like a completely different tool. But here's what almost every tutorial skips: how to make what it generates look genuinely impressive instead of just generic and forgettable. And after hours of testing it, I figured out some simple tricks for generating beautiful on-brand documents and sharper research. So in this video, I'll give you the full rundown of all the new features, plus some powerful strategies for taking your work to the next level. Let's get into it. By now, you're probably familiar with the layout of the interface. On the left, you upload your sources, or have NotebookLM go find them for you. The middle is the chat, and on the right is the studio panel, where you turn those sources into outputs. Now here's the shift. Until now, the studio panel on the right was the powerful part. Click a button, get an audio overview, a mind map, a study guide, and the chat in the middle? Almost an afterthought. You'd ask a question, get an answer, and that was about it. But with these recent updates, that's flipped. The studio panel isn't going anywhere. Those one-click outputs are still handy, but the center of gravity is now moving to the chat. That's where it now builds your files, runs your analysis, and finds your sources. Let me show you with a quick example. I've got a notebook here for a dog daycare called Scout & Co. Some messy notes about its overall operations, capacity, hours, prices, and its performance over the past 12 months. Now, before I type in a single prompt, I'm going to do the one thing that almost nobody does. See this slider at the top right here? That's the Configure Chat button. This is going to help me guide the behavior of the chat, what I actually want it to behave like a system prompt. So I'm going to select Custom right here, and then I'm going to give it a persona. You are an operations analyst for a small dog daycare. Be concise, lead with the numbers, and flag anything that affects profitability. Now from here on, it shapes every answer I get and every file it builds. But most people never even open this. And just to be clear, this is a fictional example, by the way. Now, instead of just asking questions in the chat and only getting text back, I can go to the chat and say, turn this into a PowerPoint presentation that I can walk an investor through. And a couple minutes later, the finished deck shows up in the studio panel, ready to download as a real PowerPoint. So now we're going to download it and open it up to see what it looks like. All right. Now you can see that it has all the important elements on it, but it comes out looking pretty corporate, not that nice, and not very on brand for a dog daycare and grooming business. Now, most demos I've seen don't actually show you how to change the look of the slides, but the good news is you actually can change the look. Let me show you how to do this. I'm going to add a PDF document which has the brand colors and styling for Scout & Co., which are much more vibrant and playful, as a source document. Now I'm going to ask it to regenerate the presentation using this styling for Scout & Co. instead. I also then gave it a follow-up prompt to ask it to use certain fonts that are a little bit more on brand as well. Okay, so let's open up this version, and here is what we get. Something that looks a lot nicer and more on brand. And here's something I wanted to highlight because it could be confusing. You've probably made slide decks before using the studio button over on the right. And those are handy for a quick look, but right now they come out as basically static images. You can make some light edits to the slides by clicking on the pencil icon and prompting it with what changes you want to be made. But you can't really move things around freely or edit the text directly. The files created in this chat are different. Because it's built from the chat, it downloads as a real working PowerPoint. So now we can open it up in PowerPoint or Google Slides, and you can actually move the text around, swap things out, and change whatever you want. If I open it up in Google Slides, I can actually use the built-in image generation model from Google and add images to it. And I can also use this button right down here that says enhance this slide to make it look a little bit nicer. And look at what happens when I do this to the title slide. It made it look a lot better. So you can see how powerful this is. Just a few simple tweaks and it feels like a much nicer presentation. Now, before I show you some really powerful things that you can do with Excel documents as well, the key to unlocking the best results with NotebookLM is having a repeatable research and analysis system, one that gives you reliable, accurate results every single time. If you want a step-by-step system for how to set up your research workflow like a pro, then I suggest you take a look at this free, complete guide to NotebookLM from HubSpot. I'll link it in the description box below. This guide gives you a 5-step framework for how to build a research knowledge base from scratch, with a validation system that catches bad data before you build on it. It even covers when to reach for NotebookLM versus tools like ChatGPT, Claude, and Perplexity, and how it can be effective as a complement to the other tools in your workflow. My favorite section is the 5 use cases that you can build today. It gives you the exact prompts that you can use to help with things like content creation, analyzing meeting notes and transcripts, and even your own personal reference reference library. They're super practical and help you get the most out of NotebookLM. Check out this free guide using the link in the description, and thanks to HubSpot for sponsoring this video. All right, let's get back to it. Now, the files that I gave NotebookLM were really messy Word documents and CSV files with some business operations data for Scout & Co. So now we're going to get NotebookLM to clean it up for us and give us a new Excel document that's actually useful. So I'm going to say here, organize our bookings and revenue into a clean Excel spreadsheet. Follow our company's styling, color palettes, and fonts. All right, so now I get the finished download only document over here in the studio section. So I'm gonna open it up now. And here is what we get. How nice does this look? I think this is a really professional looking spreadsheet and very much on brand from the colors down to the fonts, everything. And we get multiple tabs here with our bookings, financial summary, our appointments, an operational deep dive, and it even created a tab with our brand guidelines and even a table of contents as well. Now remember, all I asked for it to organize was my bookings and my revenue. The old version of NotebookLM could provide you with a summary of what information you already had, but it couldn't really create anything new. But now that's completely changed. If you look at this spreadsheet, there are actual formulas in here. And when you go to edit any of the numbers, the spreadsheet actually recalculates the correct number. It's fully editable, opens up in Excel or Google Sheets, and I can work with it like any other spreadsheet. And this operational deep dive in here, this is something I didn't even ask for. But if you remember, we gave it that system prompt, which asked it to flag anything about profitability. So it's giving me the profitability of each of the services that Scout & Co provides and assesses the capacity of the daycare and more. And when you're able to run this type of analysis, you can often uncover things you might not have ever caught if you were doing this manually. And to generate something like this takes actual reasoning and thinking. And this is the biggest upgrade they've given to NotebookLM. This is what makes it feel like a totally different tool. So let me explain what's going on under the hood. Google gave every notebook its own environment in the cloud, a private workspace that can run real code on your data. It comes with a set of built-in capabilities, basically mini apps for crunching numbers, building documents, making charts. And on top of that, it's running on Google's newest model, Gemini 3.5, plus Google's anti-gravity coding environment. So it's a lot sharper, and it shows reasoning as it goes. Instead of it just dropping an answer on you, you can watch the actual steps it took and check them. And that's a major shift you'll feel when you use this. And I'm going to show you some other ways to really use that additional reasoning capability to your advantage in a moment. But first, one more file creation example, because this is where it gets useful for your reporting, whether it's for your team, your customers, or yourself. So I'm going to head back to our chat and I'm going to say, build me a one-page PDF brief summarizing how the business is doing, follow the brand styling, and add some images to the document for additional styling, some images of dogs being groomed, etc. Now I'm going to download the completed document, and here is what we actually get. A document that looks very on brand and professional, and it even generated the image that I asked it to. Now it is a bit stretched out here, but that could be pretty easily edited or tweaked. The key to getting results like these is to be specific and treat the prompt like a quick brief. Tell it exactly what you want. Make it 2 pages, add a section on pricing, use these as the column headers, and keep refining it after it's generated, just by asking. The more direction you give it, the better what comes back. You can also get Word docs, CSV files, JSON files, and even images like you just saw. The point is that middle step, exporting your research and rebuilding the deliverable somewhere else, is basically gone. The other really valuable thing that these new reasoning capabilities allow NotebookLM to do now is to actually look through the sources in your notebook and analyze the quality of the information within them. Not only that, but you can also look for new sources directly from the chat while having a back and forth conversation with it. Before these updates, when I was using NotebookLM, I'd have to basically know exactly what I wanted to accomplish before I started, what types of sources to pull, etc. But now, because of the new capabilities that we just talked about, you can have a loose idea or a question and head straight to the chat. Let me show you this in action. For our doggy daycare notebook, we can just say, I'm trying to decide whether to open a second location based on what's in this notebook. What types of external sources online am I missing to make this call confidently? And it audits what you've got and tells you the gaps. So here it's telling me that I need geographic demand and demographic data, competitor landscape and pricing intel, commercial real estate and facility build-out estimates, and macro pet industry trends and growth segment reports. And these all make a lot of sense to look at if I'm trying to decide whether a second location makes sense. So now I can say, go and find these missing sources you mentioned, industry data and trends for the pet care market, and show me the sources before you add anything. And now it's found me a bunch of new sources off the web and shows them to us first, and it's completed a research report for me, which is one of the 6 sources that I can import. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And when you want it to go deep, we can even ask it to create a deep research report with all of our sources right here in the chat. And the report gets delivered right here in the studio section. So now you can see how the chat function is becoming the central hub for everything inside of NotebookLM. Now, I've used a dog daycare as the example throughout this video, but think about what this means for whatever work you do. You could drop in your last 3 quarterly reports and have it build the board deck, feed it a stack of anonymized customer interviews and get a theme summary with quotes that back up each one. Hand it your competitors' web pages and get a clean comparison table. Turn a dense contract or a spec sheet into a 1-page brief your team will actually read. Take your messy campaign data and get the analysis and the chart in a single pass. The common thread here is that these are all multi-step projects that used to bounce across 3 or 4 different tools. Research in one, the analysis in the other, the deliverable in the third. Now they happen in one place. Now there's a few other relatively new things worth knowing about over in the studio section that you might have missed. So I'll just give you a quick run through. First, video overviews. These turn your notebook into a narrated video, and there's a slick new cinematic version too. One powerful use case could be to drop your SOPs and process docs as sources, and you've basically got a new hire training video built from your own material. Let me quickly play you one I created for a coffee shop's closing procedures.
With the doors locked, move to the bar. Backflush the espresso machine, soak the portafilters in baskets, purge and wipe the steam wands, and empty and clean the grinders according to the posted bar schedule. Next, secure the food inventory using the first in, first out, or FIFO method. Store incoming product behind older product.
I think that actually turned out pretty well. There's also more infographic styles now, around 10 to choose from, so whether you're preparing for a presentation or a social post, you've got more looks at your disposal. Now they come out as static images, so if you need to tweak one, you can actually download the infographic, drop the PNG into Canva, select the Magic Layers button, and pretty much everything becomes editable, which is really convenient. And the staples are all still here. Audio overviews, the podcast style summary that you can actually talk to and interrupt with your questions, mind maps for seeing how everything connects, and study tools like flashcards and quizzes if you're learning from your sources, or if you're creating materials for something you're teaching. And it keeps getting better on the mobile app too. NotebookLM's mobile app now lets you create and access notebooks, listen to audio overviews, use flashcards and quizzes, and even add source documents by photo. And Google says more studio tools like mind maps are continuing to roll out on mobile over time. So now that we know what's new, let's talk about who has access to these new capabilities. As of right now, the new chat-based features that I showed you, building real exportable files, charts and images from a chat, running real analysis on your data, and having it go find sources for you, that's all rolling out on the web to Google AI Ultra subscribers and also certain Workspace business accounts first, with broader availability coming later, but no specific date yet. But most of the studio features that I just covered are available more broadly. It's specifically the chat-based file building, analysis, and source finding that's gated for now. Put it all together, and the story's pretty simple. NotebookLM went from just being a tool that helps you understand your sources to one that helps you finish the work, which is why a lot of people have been wondering, now that NotebookLM can research, analyze, and build files, when do you actually pick it over Gemini? So here's a simple framework for how to think about this. NotebookLM is your grounded workspace. It only answers from the sources you load in, and it lets you pick exactly which documents power each response. So use it whenever accuracy and faithfulness to specific documents matters most. Gemini is your open assistant. It can see the web, your email and calendar, your Google Docs, Sheets, and now even your NotebookLM notebooks. So it's the place to do brainstorming, planning, drafting, and multi-step projects that blend your own material with everything else. If you found this video helpful, then please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel to reach more people that this could help. And if you want to learn more about how to get the best results from AI, then watch this next video.